Today's video is going to be showing you some specific filters to find the next big meme coins using Axiom, and I'll be giving you my full mental breakdown of how you need to be approaching meme coin trading during this final run in the bull market. I'm really not going to waste any time with this video. Let's jump straight into it. Let me begin by explaining some very important concepts. Number one is going to be no over trading, because what we find is in times where maybe the market isn't moving as much, there's not as many opportunities in the market, we'll be forcing trades. We'll come over to this pulse sanction and be like, oh, this coin is good enough. We're just entering into trades when really they don't fit our technical analysis and they don't even fit the overall narrative in the current market. The next is going to be no FOMO, fear of missing out. A lot of people are going to be buying really late in the trend. We want to be buying in a strong uptrend, but small pullbacks in this uptrend are really the most ideal situation, not to FOMO and to understand the overall narrative in the coin. Next is really to be waiting for early entries, because we want to be getting in as early as possible. 25,000 market cap, 50,000 market cap, before we reach the 100,000 plus market cap, especially when we're trading these meme coins on the lower, smaller time frames. Next is going to be to actually sit on your hands, because again, a lot of times people are going to be forcing trades, and actually you make more money by holding on to your position, holding on to your Solana, and waiting for the best trade to actually pop up, which could take just a second. The next is a lot of the times in an overall massive uptrend, people are trying to catch the dip where they say, okay, this coin is massively bullish. We've been downtrending for a strong while. Let me try and now catch the dip in this area, expecting that this is where the continuation of the bull trend is going to happen. But what we find is it's way too late. And what will happen is you'll get that continued downside push, because the overall medium to long-term trend has actually shifted in the market. Whereas what you really want to be waiting for is one of the first pullbacks here. Take a trade in this area, look for the continuation, because not only do you get in at a lower level, so you save money, you protect your position more, but you also easily get out of the trend quickly if you see a change, whereas a lot of people get stuck on their trade and they're never able to exit. They're still thinking as price continues down, that we're somehow just going to bounce, and that really doesn't make much sense. Next is going to be oversizing on your trade. So oversizing is very, very important. If you have, let's say, a total of 10 Solana, let's say roughly $1,500, $1,800, then per position, something like 1 Solana would be ideal, because a lot of people are entering in with the entire 10 Solana position. Then the price goes down 50%, and we've just now lost 50% of our overall Solana. Whereas, okay, if you were to make a mistake, you were only risking 1/10 of your position, and even here you actually only lose 10% or 5% total, 50% of 10%. You actually only lose a much smaller amount, and you protect your overall position as you're learning and beginning to build up your Solana balance. Next is, if you are waiting for a trade, we want to be waiting for it at a price floor. A lot of the times we'll see this type of trading range action. It might actually even be slightly tilted to the downside, or we might even get a triangle type conversion where we slightly get converging prices from highs to lows. Either way, it's a price trading range type of formation, and we want to be looking for trades when we come into the floors of these prices. So we're looking at even a slightly down tilted trade, we want to be looking at the floors of these prices for trades. and even the same with a triangle. If we had a major symmetrical triangle, something like this, we'd overall want to be looking for trades at the top and bottom of these ranges, not anywhere in the middle of these trades. Now here I have some specific filters that I use in the pulse section of Axiom. So here I'll come over to in this filters section and on new pairs. So this is what I'm always selecting. I don't have all the protocols selected. I have pump fund selected. I have bonk selected, believe, and boop. So I'll leave it as that. Sometimes I turn on dynamic, but currently we'll actually leave it off. Then on the final stretch, we basically have the exact same. So we'll have pump, bonk, believe, boop. We'll add in dynamic. And then on migrated, I'll actually increase it to all because I just want to be seeing any of the migrated coins. Then at the bottom in the audit section, I actually come over and very important to have the dev percentage holding at a maximum of 25%. What will happen is with a lot of new coins, we've seen it in the past with like some Elon coins and other type of meme coins, narrative, presidential type coins, that the dev is holding like 40 or 50% of the supply right at launch. So as soon as it launches, holding so much supply, and then it's just a very common strategic strategy to overall just sell into the market. So we don't want to be seeing developers holding too much of the coin. It will then overall just gives more fair play. So after that, overall metrics are normal. Then in the final stretch section, we'll come over and I put the minimum or maximum age to 40 minutes. And then I come over and put the metrics and the minimum market cap at 15,000. Also in the migrated section, I'll come over and put the minimum market cap as well to 15,000 and hit apply. Next, for the trading side, I actually use TradeWiz for this section. I actually come over and have my presets already set. So you can actually edit this 0.2, 0.5, and I have my sell percentages. I really like these sell percentages because as I'm getting big moves to the upside, I like to sell 10, even 20 or 25%. Never really selling 100%, but definitely need to keep that button there just in case. Overall, also have the sell fee and buy tip fee. You can really just check at the bottom of Axiom. It actually gives you some numbers of what you can expect for the fee. So it's a great, always adjusting it basically depending on the overall market needs. One thing that we don't want to see is too many wallets would say the exact same amount of Solana. Potentially could mean they're all coming from the same source. Next, when we're actually tracking the trades, so sometimes I really like to take this trade section out and actually put it on this right-hand side, but for now we'll leave it like this. Do you actually want to filter? So we can come over and use this filter, even like $15 or $20 USD. Let's use 10. So I don't want to be seeing a lot of those small trades, but it is useful because if you're seeing a lot of those 1 cent or 2 cent trades, it potentially could mean it's just fake trades or fake volume being put in. And then a lot of analysis is really coming down and actually seeing the narrative behind this coin. See, it's a bonk launch, coming over to the X account that launched it, or the overall X account that basically created, and even come over to X. Let's have a look, search the contract address, and see what's actually going on. So there we go. That's how I'm currently using my filters and mental mindset for meme coin trading. Make sure to check out all the links in the video description, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.